No, I'm not going to read this. Hey, everybody. This is the hottest commodity in pro wrestling, the manager's manager, the maker of mayhem, the bringer of boom, the wager of war, the instigator of illuminating truth, and as of recently, the collector of champions. And you're watching a hashtag truth with Scott Larson. Now, get out of here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, William Melton here for Referee Week. How you doing, William?
Good, man. How's it going, brother?
We just saw the intro there for HVW, the Showdown series. So what I'm going to do real quick is I just got the poster for that. So here it is. Look at all the superstars that are going to be there. This is 6 different shows. All of them are going to be out there at Black Mountain, North Carolina, at Silverados. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great show. Man, I'm telling you, I'm excited about that. So, William, how you doing, man? Let's tell everybody right off the bat. Let's tell everybody right off the bat how long you been in professional wrestling.
Oh my gosh. Roughly about 18 years.
Wow. Have you been reffing all 18 years?
Yes, I've been reffing. I've done some wrestling, not much, but most of my career, most of those 18 years has been reffing, yes.
Wow. Okay. So, man, I would ask you how many matches, but 18 years, they add up real quick.
I lost count, brother. I lost count.
So let me ask. I'll just start off like this, man. Where'd you start off refereeing? Where's the place you call home? Who gave you your start?
New Millennium Championship Wrestling in Kings Mountain.
Okay. So Crystal and all them gave you your start.
Yes. Very thankful for them. Love them to death.
Oh, without a doubt, man. I do too. It's a great show out there. I've been there many times. Up there at the Kings Mountain Armory. Linda Waits is speaking of another good show. I'll be showing their poster here in a little bit. And still don't know how to ref, Lyle. Just joking.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever refereed out at Linda's Pro Wrestling?
I don't believe I have. No.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to go out there and do that then.
Where is she located at?
She's she's doing shows with New Blood Championship Wrestling right now. But
okay. Then I have been, yes. I think I have been, yes.
Okay. There you go.
I know you didn't ring a bell. I do apologize, Linda.
Oh, you good. Hey, 18 years, it becomes a blur. Like I said, so many matches you can't remember. So many shows you can't remember, all of them. I get it, without a doubt.
Oh, man, there's been a bunch.
Right? I guarantee you, man. I know you're going to have some stories tonight because I got a few questions. We've already discussed one. I'm going to ask you here in a few minutes. But what made you decide to get into professional wrestling?
Man, I've always watched wrestling as a kid growing up with my grandfather, my uncles, my dad, and everybody going to wrestling shows in Charlotte at the old Coliseum. I got into it and I loved it and figured why not give it a try one time.
Right.
And
okay.
18 years later, here I am still doing it.
Well, there you go. So give us the story of how you showed up at New Millennium Championship Wrestling and how they decided to make you a referee.
Well, actually, I know a lot of them guys like George South, Shane Austin, and quite a few others that are there with when they were with the PWF Professional Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
I grew up watching that when it come to the Gastonia Armory, Kings Mountain Armory, and a couple other places. Got to know the guys very well. I got old enough, and I believe I asked Shane what it took to referee, and he told me told me a time and a place to show up to train, and I showed up and just went off from there, man.
Okay. Was you nervous the first time you got in the ring? Do
Oh,
you
good
remember
God,
your first
boy.
match you refereed?
Oh man, it was my first match I refereed. Holy crap! I don't remember who it was, but I do know it was in the Kings Mountain Armory.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
I remember that's exactly where it was at, the Kings Mountain Armory. I was kind of kind of standing in the back and watching the show, and Shane Austin come up behind me, threw a ref shirt on me, grabbed me by my pants, grabbed me by my shirt, tossed me in the ring, and said, "Good luck, kid." And it just went from there.
Hey, I guess that's a way to start.
Loved
Without a
every
doubt.
minute of it. Showing up to trainings, and when every time he had training, man, I learned so much. I
Right.
can't repay the favor back enough.
Right. Linda Wade just said, "Yes, sir, you have refereed at her show." And she said, "No problem," for not remembering. I mean, 18 years, like I said, a lot of matches, a lot of places. Alexander Polk said, "What's up? What's going on, Alex?"
What's up, buddy?
So let me ask you this, man. You don't remember your first match. Who is the Let me put it this way. Who is the biggest star you ever refereed for?
Oh man, there's I'll just name a few. The Barbarian, Warlord, Rock and Roll Express,
Wow.
D'Lo Brown, just to name a few, a bunch of other ones.
Wow, that's pretty good name drops right there, man. Was you nervous? Ever
Oh,
nervous?
good God, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Did you ever mess up and have one of them guys correct you at the end of a match?
I got self-corrected once, but yes, I did mess
Oh,
up at Forest View High School one time with the Barbarian, and that big old boot he's got kind of leaves an imprint on your forehead after it hits you a time or two.
oh no. Yeah,
Lesson
he don't
learned.
mess around.
Lesson learned.
Right? Barbarian does not mess around, man. Linda Wade just said, when you're young and you watch wrestling, you say one day that's going to be me in that business, and bam, here we are. Yep.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I mean, isn't that every kid's story or every person's story that's gotten into wrestling, whether you're a woman or a man? At some point, you watched it as a kid. I mean,
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, most definitely. I still watch it on TV from time to time. I don't watch it as much now, but I still do
right?
watch from time to time, like some of the pay-per-views and stuff like that. I still watch.
I watch WWE. I don't watch too much AEW. I mean,
I like AEW
please
better than I
don't
do
send me
AEW.
hate messages or anything. But AEW to me is a bunch of spot monkeys, man. I'm sorry. That they just spot after spot after spot.
I used to think the same thing for WWE for a while. I used to call it the soap opera of wrestling for a while.
Yeah,
But
it
I've
still
been.
is.
But I've actually started watching a little bit of Ring of Honor, and I like Ring of Honor. I like AEW. I watch a lot of the older stuff though. Now that I got the Peacock channel, I can watch a lot of the older stuff.
Oh man, you get on Peacock. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out Rivalries. That's a good show.
Yes.
Go check out some of the podcasts, especially like Stone Cold's podcast. You find a lot of good information about the wrestlers, man.
The Broken Skull challenge, or this Broken Skull thing that he does. Yes.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of those that he's done.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And of course, you can go back and watch the old AWA, the old Mid Atlantic, and all of them guys. Yeah, very, very. It's awesome that you only have to pay $10 and you get all of it, right?
No, that's right. That's right.
So let me ask you, William, do you, being a referee and everything, do you watch any of those matches to study the referees?
I do. The one that I watch the most and one that stands out the most is the legendary Tommy Young.
Okay.
I took a few of his seminars and watched them, watched him growing up on TVs when I started reffing. That's one of the names that I was told to watch, and to watch the shows and watch the refs and how they react and how they, do things in the ring.
That's cool, man. Now, of course, you go and you still train, or you still go and you still practice with, other companies and that, right?
Exactly, I do. Yes. I have quite a few companies that I ref for.
Okay. Well, we're going to get into that probably in the second segment, but Alexander said it's been a while since he's been to New Millennium Championship Wrestling. Alex, you got to get back out there, brother.
Yeah, we had a great show last Saturday night, packed out house.
Yeah, I saw clips from it, man. I love it. I'm going to have to get out there. Right now I'm vehicleist, but pretty soon I'll have my car back and I'll be heading out to some of these shows, man. Because there's a lot of shows coming up, especially in March, February and March in that area.
Yes.
Boy, there's a lot of good shows coming up. I'm pretty sure you'll be a part of some of them.
I probably will, yes. At some point, I'm sure.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So, man, how did it feel the first time you came out to be a ref? Was you really nervous? Was you?
Man, I was scared to death. I promise you that, man. I was scared to death. I probably made more mistakes than I can count in like the first 5 minutes of the 10-minute match.
Do you still get butterflies when you go out and referee a match? Do you still get, nervous?
Sometimes it depends on the venue and the crowd, man, and it depends on what matches I'm reffing and and if I'm reffing a name match or whatever, it just depends.
Okay. So that sounds bad, because if there's no names in there, you're not nervous, but if there's a name in there, you get nervous.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's kind of like, all these big name guys, and you're not used to reffing with them like you are the normal guys that you are at the shows that you travel to and you go to.
I got you.
It just kind of puts that, scare tactic in there, I guess. You're afraid to screw up or mess up and make yourself look bad in front of them or whatever.
Right. The referees get booed all the time anyway, especially like we were talking about Monday.
It's like you said on your last podcast with Travis, I believe, that, a ref can either make or like totally kill a match.
Right.
Because he's got to know his spots. He's got to know all the stuff going on in the ring. He's got to know all the stuff.
You're part of the ring general in there, because you have to, the rules, you have to make sure the rules aren't broken. You have to, sometimes a referee even calls some of the action in there, or you might be telling a referee, you might be telling some of the wrestlers in there, if they're going too long, you might have somebody out there signal to you, and you just, lean over, hey, take it home, boys. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yep. You got to know the signals. You got to know when to watch. There's a lot that goes into refereeing that that people don't realize.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, trust me, if you're a mark like me, you realize it. But yeah, for the everyday, for the everyday fly-by-night fan who doesn't watch wrestling every single day, yeah, they don't realize that, there's a lot that goes into refereeing, and that's part of the reason we wanted to have referee week.
That's right. There's a lot that goes into it, a lot of training, a lot of heart and dedication. Travis said it best last week, you just got to know everything. You got to work at it. You got to keep digging.
Right. Linda Wade just said, I used to boo him all the time. She used to boo you all the time.
She probably did.
Now, do you get like kind of excited when the crowd, like when you go to count, and if you hit a 2 count, and I know you hear some of the crowd out there going, "It was a 3, ref. It was a 3. You can't count." Do you get excited when they turn their energy towards you?
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I've got a question for you. As soon as we come out of this first break, we're going to play a commercial break real quick. We're going to show a commercial for Retro Toys and Collectibles, and we'll be right back. If you got any questions for William Melton, or you just want to say hi in the comments, go ahead and do so. We'll be right back.
This is 4-Foot Batman. And 4-Foot Batman knows the home of great collectibles at awesome prices. Retro Toys and Collectibles, movie memorabilia, Magic the Gathering cards, wrestling figures, Hot Wheels, the always popular Funko Pops, and much, much more. He knows the Hall of Collectibles is located in downtown Cherryville, North Carolina, at 400 East Main Street. Give them a call today, 980-989-5181. Retro Toys and Collectibles, the heavyweight champion in collecting.
Retro Toys and Collectibles there in Cherryville. Let me tell you, if you're a collector of any kind of movie memorabilia or anything like that, or Funko Pops, or just a collector of anything, or you're a gamer, whether it be video games, card games, board games, he's got it all. Go in there. Cotton's the owner. Tell him #True sent you. Dennis Price and refs are out there about an hour or longer. Most of them are.
Yes, most of them are. Yes, sir.
Now, there are some, I've seen some shows where they'll have 3 or 4 refs that they switch out, and you only have to switch out maybe 1 or 2 matches. But for the most part, I've seen a lot of shows where just one referee does the whole 6 or 7, 8 matches.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's usually the case with some of the places that I go. They have refs scheduled, and for whatever reason they can't make it or whatever. Right. And the only ref there, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Got to take up the slack, right?
That's right. The show must go on.
Alex has got a question for you. He said, "What's the best match you have ever reffed?"
Oh man, I would probably have to say it was. Oh man, I don't know. There's so many.
18 years. It's hard to.
Oh man.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. One that you can remember in the last 2 or 3 months. What's your favorite match that you reffed in the last 2 or 3 months?
Would probably have to be one of the AWOL guys versus Carolina Dreamer at New Millennium.
Oh man, Carolina Dreamer.
Last week, by the way.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've called that guy California Dreamer because the song hits me. I said it on the other show too. That song always hits me every time I see it. And I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I make their posters for. I've been making their posters for them here recently, and I've made the mistake on many posters and put California Dreamer and had to go back and correct it.
Oh man!
But he is a phenomenal wrestler. Phenomenal wrestler.
Great guy behind the scenes too.
Oh yeah.
Just couldn't ask for a better guy. The AWOL guys the same way. Great guys.
The AWOL guys are teetotally awesome. I interviewed one of them when he didn't have his mask on. He was himself back a couple of years ago, and he's phenomenal. He is totally phenomenal. Linda said, "William is a good ref. I have to admit it." There you go. See?
That, Linda. Thank you.
So how long did it take you to perfect what we affectionately like to call the blind eye, where you got your back turned and something happens behind you and you turn around and of course the crowd goes nuts because you missed it?
I normally can go on the crowd's reaction on when to turn around, man. It took years for me to be able to do that. Just a lot of practice and a lot of, working and a lot of, oopses and screw ups. When
I was going to say, how many times did you turn around too early and you actually saw it? Quite
a few. But, there's a lot of time that I went on the crowd's reactions, man. I mean, you can tell it's usually when you can hear them hit the canvas or whatever.
Right.
Whatever the case may be with what's going on behind me that I can't see.
Have you ever turned around too early and had to disqualify when you weren't supposed to?
Yeah. Yes, I made quite a few guys mad quite a few times doing that, yes. Not meaning to, but it's kind of
Have you
I couldn't just let it slide. It would have screwed up the whole point of me actually seeing it as a ref.
have you ever told somebody to ring the bell because you thought somebody tapped out when they didn't?
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that once or twice.
Oh my
Hint
goodness!
to why I got the boot from the Barbarian. So yeah.
I was gonna say, I bet they weren't too happy when they got back through Gorilla, huh?
No. But Barbarian kind of, made a point on it. He wasn't too happy when I got the big boot across the forehead.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he took care of it before he went to the back. I mean, Barbarian can do that. He's got so many years in the business. He can take care of business before he goes back to the locker room. I mean, he's got that kind of clout. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great guy. He's a great guy to work with. I have learned a lot from him. Took all the constructive criticism that he gave me, whether whether I liked it or not. But I know he was just trying to help me perfect and to do better in this business.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've gotten a lot of, in 18 years, I'm pretty sure you've gotten a lot of advice, coming through by, I like to call them woolly vets. They don't like it, but woolly vets, when you come through the curtain and they're like, hey man, next time maybe you should be over here, when we call that spot or whatever, have you ever had a person tell you that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You never stop learning. A referee is just, to me, a referee is, of course you're doing the rules, making sure the rules are followed and things like that. But a referee to me is just as important as the wrestlers in the ring. I know a lot of people get mad at me, but
definitely, yes. Most definitely.
I mean, Mr. Luke, we couldn't have #truth without Luke Fury coming on. Yo, my guy, this ref is really good. Okay.
I appreciate that, Luke. Thank you.
I think he's buttering you up, William. I really do.
Like it. I think so, yeah.
What up, brother? Said Jamie Earnhardt.
What's going on, Jamie? How's it going, sir?
Dave Thomas said recently retired Georgia ref chiming in and saying, hey, thank you, sir, for how many years did you ref, Dave? Because I want to thank you for those years.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Kenny Austin said, what's up, guys? Speaking of New Millennium Championship Wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of the good guys out there.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Luke said he called my match last Saturday down the middle.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
I don't know about that because I don't know many Luke Fury matches where he hasn't cheated. So he probably did something behind your back.
He probably did, and I just didn't catch it. That's probably why he's saying that.
Yeah, Kevin Tyler said, every time this dude refs my match, I lose. I'm not suspicious, but I don't think he likes me. That's not calling it down the middle, William.
I know, right? I mean, I don't know where these guys are getting that. I guess if you're a good ref, you're always going to have haters, I guess.
Have you ever went into a match with, man, I don't like this guy and maybe I should kind of mess with him?
No, I don't think I've ever did that. I'm sure I may have a time or two,
so you're a professional when you go in. No matter if you like or hate him, you call it down the middle.
Right. Exactly right. You're there to do a job and you're there to be professional.
I got you. Mr. Thomas said he did 10 years in the business. Sir, thank you very much. Dave, Mr. Thomas, get a hold of me on a personal message. I would like to bring you on #truth. Even though you're retired, you did 10 years. I'd love to hear some of your stories, sir. Please get a hold of me. I'm doing referee week every last week of the month for the next 3 months. So get a hold of me, sir. I'd like to set you up with a date. There you go. So, man, there's so many questions. Have you ever had to throw up the X sign?
Yes,
18 years.
Yes, I did. And it was actually for me one time. I believe I was at Forest View High School. And I was in the ring reffing a match and I moved wrong or something and my whole ankle twisted. And when my ankle twisted, it broke my ankle.
Oh, you had to throw up an X sign for yourself?
Yes, I had to throw up an X sign for myself. Yes, I broke my ankle in like 3 places.
Oh, snap. How long did it take for you to recover from than that.
Oh man, I was down for like 12 to 13 weeks at least.
Oh, dang. That's a big chunk of time, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you ever had to throw one up for a wrestler?
I believe I have one time. I don't remember where it was at or who it was, but I do remember doing it. I believe it may have been an APW Spartanburg down there with Jay Eagle and all them guys.
I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at Jay Eagle and them. I'm just laughing because, I've seen a few X's being thrown at many places, even there. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all, man.
No, it's not, man. I mean, accidents happen. I mean, that's just part of the business.
Oh, right.
You got to take it.
I believe I saw a video of dump truck. Ended up taking a couple of shots from a couple of the guys out there. It was like a beat down, where a faction comes in and beats him down, and he had to have stitches on the top of his head. They had to X him out and get him out of the ring, man. That was just something. Kenny Austin said, Willie gave my title to Nathan. I didn't get pinned or I did not submit. Oh, man.
Kenny, man, the way I see it, man, you passed out. I mean, he had you in the submission. You passed out. I raised your arm 3 times. It dropped all 3 times. Match was over, brother.
Oh, looky here. Mr. Travis. Said Little Evil. Well, I was going to ask you about that, so he segued right into it, of course.
He might as well, yeah. What's up, Travis? Matt Burns. How's it going, bro?
Matt Burns, man. How many times did you have to referee Matt Burns?
Oh, good Lord, a lot. He's actually part of the Little Evil story, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So how many different characters have you refereed from Matt Burns, Mr. Gimmick Bag himself?
Oh man, like you said, the gimmick bag.
Right. I think that gimmick bag's more famous than he is.
Oh wow.
He knows I'm kidding. Travis, he knows I'm kidding, man. I love him to death.
Great guy.
Oh, yeah, he is. Knows a lot about wrestling. He's one of them again, Woolly Vets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Without it. So how do you feel? How do you feel when, what Kenny did right here, where he said, you gave my title away? They blame you for things. What do you think about wrestlers who do that?
I guess it's just part of the job. I mean, you don't kick out. I can't help that. It's not on me. That's on you, brother.
I got you.
Kenny's case, he passed out. I raised his arm. 1, 2, 3. Match was over.
Okay. My dad just came in to say hi to me, so.
All right. Awesome.
But, man. So, I got so many questions. I mean, referees cover so much, man.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I've heard horror stories about referees like earlier in their career, like they go to do the 5 count and they accidentally poke a wrestler in the eye or accidentally hit them when they're throwing their arm to do the 5. Have you ever done that on accident?
I'm sure I have at some point. Not meaning to, but I'm sure I have at some point in my career. There's no doubt.
I got you. So how many times would you say in your 18-year career did you take a bump as part of the match?
I lost count, brother.
So you're pretty good at taking a bump and not seeing nothing going on, huh?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Have you learned to roll out of the ring when you take that bump and make sure you hit the floor? Because if you stay in the ring and they're doing things, you might get trampled on or something.
Yeah, it depends on where I take the bump at. I mean, if it's in the middle of the ring or on the side, or if I get, in the way and I get squashed in the corner, it all just depends.
I got you. That's I love it, man. I love it. Mama Hester said Kid Cutter likes when you ref his matches.
Oh, Kid Cutter.
Yeah, oh yeah, Kid
How's it
Cutter.
going,
They just sent me a shirt, Kid Cutter, Prince of the Cruiserweight shirt. I had it on Monday night, so yeah. Again, I want to thank you.
Hashtag shirts.
Hey, you can go on Michael King, KingEnterprises.com, I believe, and you can get one.
All righty.
Yeah. Help a brother out. No, I'm just kidding. You know how it goes. She said you're welcome. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. I all my merch shirts that I get, I appreciate. I wear them very proudly. This is my second Kid Cutter shirt. I got a shirt also when he was part of Perfect Vision, and I still, as a matter of fact, I had 2 of those shirts, and I still have them, and I still wear them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, man, do you ever get like yelled at like during intermission or something? You might come out and just start walking around. You ever have somebody come up and just like yell at you for reffing a match wrong or counting out the good guy?
That's also a little part of the little evil story, you know, just to give a little bit of the ending of that. I was actually one of the
whole story. Tell the whole story. How did you become Little Evil?
Oh wow. It was in Gaffney, South Carolina, I believe, with down at the YMCA Boys and Girls Club.
I know exactly where that's at. That's just up the road from me on 11.
Yep. You know, Travis may be able to, you know, chime in a little bit on that, you know, because he was part of it as well. The group called Evil Link, I'm sure you're aware of, with Travis and Rage and all them guys.
I think Chuck was their manager at one time.
He was their manager at one time. So was a guy they called Darkness, Art Long.
Right. Yep.
And I believe it was Art Long the manager at this particular time.
Okay. So Father Darkness was
Father
their
Darkness, yes, Father Darkness. Love that guy, great guy.
Oh yeah.
Haley retired, but you know, I love to see him manage. Great guy, great wrestler.
Both of them have managed. I Am Righteous is retired, and Father Darkness. So we lost 2 great managers.
Oh yes, most definitely. But to get back to the Little Evil story, man, it was I believe it was in Gaffney, South Carolina. I can't remember the date. Matt Burns, I think, might have been in the ring against Rocky Sayaki, I think his name was.
Okay.
You know, I kind of turned to be with a group called Evil Link that Matt Burns and Rage Davidson was a part of, and actually, Father Darkness gave me the nickname Little Evil at that night when I helped Evil Link win the match and win the title for Carolina Christian Championship Wrestling at that time, I believe it was.
You segue into my third segment with that, so I'm just going to go right into it right now. I was going to ask you, have you ever been a heel referee?
Yes,
apparently the answer is yes.
Yes, I have. You know, I had to actually that night, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, had to have a police escort out of Gaffney. There was a couple of people in the parking lot. One guy had a gun ready to shoot me.
Well, that's when you know you're doing your job right as a heel.
I mean, you know, the promoter come out. He's like, "Man, you getting ready to go to your car?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You might want to hold up a few minutes. They don't like you here." I was like, "Well, that was apparent, you know, during the match."
Yeah, you better let them unload the guns out in the parking lot before you take a step out.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, man. I was like, "Holy crap!" And all I could do was sit there and laugh. And of course, you know, being the heel ref that I was at the time, you know, I was talking trash all the way to my car. But
that's not smart, brother. Not in today's day and age, man. Not with somebody with a loaded gun out there. Oh my God.
You know, of course, I waited until the police had the gun and had him under control before I started. But it's I give a lot of credit to that, man. It's that was the first time I ever did that, and I don't think I've actually been to Gaffney since then, maybe except for once or twice.
Right. Miss Linda said this a while ago. I don't know what she was referring to. I'm sorry, Miss Linda, but she said, I've seen that happen to him and some other refs at the Forest City Armory years ago. Might be where you messed up or so. I don't know what part she had said that on, but
I don't remember anything happening at the Forest City Armory. Maybe it did. I mean, I could have been, I could be wrong. I don't know. Wicked. I miss him, man. I've done a lot of
oh
his
man, I never met Wicked, but I heard all the stories about his organization and all the wrestlers that were wrestling back then. A lot of them are still wrestling today.
Yes,
and man,
yes.
I'm telling you, everybody's got their demons, but for the most part, I've heard nothing but good things about him.
He was a great guy, man. He had no problem in talking with you and no problem in teaching and training you. He was just a great guy all around. Never had no issues with him. What's up, Thomas? How's it going, Thomas Scott?
Thomas Scott, one of the great promoters in our area, said hello. He said, "How you doing, William? What's up?"
I've had the honor to ref quite a few of his shows. Yes, sir. I love that.
Oh man, Thomas Scott puts on some good shows, man. He brings some good talent out there.
There's no doubt about it. Top notch.
Linda Wages said that comment you made was about people fussing at you, like when you come out.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened quite a bit, not just Forest City, but a bunch of other places as well.
I mean, you're gonna get that no matter where you go, because no matter if a person's coming to cheer for a good guy or a bad guy, you're gonna count one way or the other, or you're gonna raise the hand of the wrong one. No matter what, you're always gonna have a fan that's gonna be upset.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
But that's the fun of it too, because they get to heckle you and you get to heckle back. Because a lot of refs, like when you're going to do a count, I do it all the time as a fan, and they heckle me. It'd be like, a good guy's in there and I'm cheering for the good guy, and they're 1, 2, and they kick out, and you're yelling 3, 3, and the ref turns and looks right at you and goes 2. Shoulders up, up, 2.
Yep. It's all the crowd interaction, man. I mean, they paid their money to have a good show, to be entertained. Mm-hmm. And if a good ref can do that as well, just as much as the wrestlers, he can entertain the crowd just as good as the guys working the match.
Exactly. And I love it when a heel, when you go to count and they get the, they get the 2 count, and then they start arguing with you.
Yep.
That to me is gold.
It makes things a whole lot funner and a whole lot easier. It makes the match. It gives that storyline. It gives it all right there.
Right, and it's so much fun, and it's fun for the fans, man. That's
the crowd loves it, man. I mean, like I said earlier, they pay their money to be entertained, for the guys to put on a show, and you give them your money's worth every time you step through the ropes or step through the curtain.
Right. Linda Wages said Wicked was a great person. Yes, he was. Thomas said that he misses Wicked. Like I said, I never got to meet the guy, but I heard he had his demons, and I heard that he was but most of all the stories I've heard were good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir. There was a time that I did take a little bit of time from wrestling due to my demons.
Right.
Just a little backstory. I became an alcoholic when my mom and dad passed away.
Okay.
And I've been sober now for the last 11 years, but I made decisions that I shouldn't have done. But that's part of life. You live and you learn, man.
Hey, but you got sober. That's the important thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to hear that, but man, I'm glad you turned it around, brother. Because from what I'm hearing, you're a pretty well liked referee out there, and it's hard to referee when you're drunk, brother. I'm just saying.
18 years, maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe they should like me. I mean, it's
right. Miss Linda said, "I do also miss Wicked." Thomas said, "I used to referee myself." I did know that. I did not
know that either. Wow.
No, I did know that. He's told me stories. I did know.
I had no idea.
And Miss Linda said, "Congratulations for becoming sober."
Thank you, Miss Linda.
Thomas Scott said, "I've been sober for 7 years, January 17th. Man, that's awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations, sir. Yes, sir.
I love it. I love to hear stories like that. Those are cool stories.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Without a doubt. And you got to be careful. It's not just the recreational alcohol's a drug, so I'll say it this way. It's not just the recreational drugs, man. I mean, I've got 10 of these sitting in front of me, and
wow.
you could easily get caught up if it's these aren't pain. I don't have any painkillers, but if you got opioids or something or painkillers, you can get hooked on that stuff too. And I know a lot of wrestlers. I've heard tons of stories about wrestlers getting hooked on it. And, but I just, if you ever have to take painkillers, take it with a grain of salt, take them only when you need them and get off of them, because you can get hooked really quick.
Most definitely. Yes, you can.
And I know there's a lot of careers that got cut short, referees, anybody who's in the wrestling business who goes in, who takes bumps, whether it be like a referee who only takes them a few times, they hurt though. I don't care what you say. When a person comes up to me and says wrestling's fake, I want them to go to the nearest wrestler and let them take them in the ring and throw them off the top rope and let them do a bump from the top rope. And when you get up off the mat, tell me it didn't hurt.
Exactly.
Then tell me how fake it is, And there's many other things like getting stretched in a hold or something.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Like I said earlier in the show, I've wrestled as well, and I've also wrestled under that name as Little Evil. It's. I guess it kind of stuck with me, man. It's kind of a name that I couldn't get rid of, I guess.
Thomas Scott said his body is a wreck because of wrestling. I believe it, man. When you're in the business for a long time, like Thomas and you, and you're going to take those. And I don't care I don't care if you're a wrestler. I don't care if you're a manager. I don't care if you take a bump, even every once in a while. The older you get, those bumps are harder to recover from. They are.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be turning 40 next week. So, yeah, I still have some of the effects.
Oh, man, you're a young pup. I turned 52 in April, dude. You're a young pup. You still got some years on you, man. I'm jealous.
Between that and being a firefighter, man, my body's taken a beating over the years, most definitely.
So you're a firefighter?
Yes.
Sweet. How long have you been doing that?
Oh my gosh, a little over 20 years, man.
Wow.
I've been reffing, a little over as long as I've been reffing, yes.
I was going to say, so you started it just a few years before you started reffing. Wow.
Yes, I'm a captain in my department, by the way, yes.
Thomas said, I'm not going to say the first word, but I just turned 55.
He doesn't look a day over 40 himself. I mean, he ages very well.
Oh, man. Wipe that brown stuff off your nose, man. Oh, come on, work for me. There you go. Mr. Price said, as a referee, the adrenaline didn't hurt that night. Next day, different. Yes. And that's wrestlers, too. I hear the same thing with wrestlers. Most wrestlers, unless they get hurt in the ring, just taking those bumps the next day or the next week. I mean, even if you have a shoot job, you're hurting all week at your shoot job. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes, sir. After a period of time, it does take a toll on your body. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Like my broken ankle in the show that one time, I still have effects from that broken ankle when I broke my ankle.
Is it hard for you? Is it harder for you to move around, like to get into position really quick because of that ankle?
Sometimes, I guess, I guess like if I'm doing the whole show, eventually my ankle starts to wear out, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But usually if there's a couple other refs at a show that I'm reffing, and I got a break, I can rest it in between my matches that I'm reffing,
There you go. Do you ever like wrap it up? Make sure it's.
Yeah, I have a knee brace and a ankle brace that I'll wear just about every show that I ref.
Good deal, man. Protect it. That way it don't happen again. Ashley said, hey, Larson, how you doing? Welcome to Hashtag Truth. We're sitting here talking to Mr. Melton, who is an 18-year vet, being a referee. I'm assuming all over North Carolina, South Carolina. How many states have you reffed in?
Oh, man, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, at least 3 that I'm aware of.
Okay. Thomas said he's known you for many years.
Very
He said, I don't know why it hurt all the time. They're in a match after a match before a match. It don't matter. I hurt. Yeah. Hey,
I get that. I feel you, brother. I get that.
I mean, once you're in the business for, a certain amount of time, I would say 10 years plus, it's got to be harder to recover. I mean, no matter who you are, it's got to be harder to recover. So, yeah, I believe that. Thomas said he's known you for many years.
Yes, sir. I've known Thomas for quite a few years. Yes, sir. Very many years.
Sierra Nicole is Melton's favorite ref.
Thank you. I've actually had the honor of watching some of her matches. She's very good herself.
There you go. There you go. So we're going to hit this last commercial break. I'm going to do this on my own, so we're not going to be going anywhere. Let me find it. And then we're going to come out of the break, and then we're going to talk about where you're going to be for your shows here in the near future and stuff like that.
All right. Yes, definitely.
All right. Granny Crafts. Look at this. This is my aunt, Catherine Murphy. She makes handmade gnomes. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. These things are awesome. They're collectible. They make great gifts. $15 each. These are all handmade. If you want a gnome to look like somebody or create a gnome to, represent somebody, get a hold of Catherine Murphy on. It's weird to say my aunt's name like that because she's my Aunt Kathy. But, get a hold of Catherine Murphy on Facebook and she will hook you up. If not, pick one of the ones that are on the screen. They're only $15. Get a hold of her and she'll tell you how do they get them shipped and everything. And she's amazing. She does a lot of other crafts too, but those gnomes are terrific.
Those look great. The poster you just showed, man, those look great.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's been doing crafts for years, brother. I grew up watching her make crafts. So her, my grandma, my mom, a lot of the family members are craft people in my family. So they're all great. My Aunt Kathy's keeping it going, so it's pretty cool. I love it. So, okay, let's see. We got a couple more people. Thomas Scott said 35 years in the business in February. Wow. You are a Willie vet. And
congratulations, sir. Very well.
Yeah, right. Congratulations. Big time. Ashley said, those are cute gnomes. Message me her name, please. I sure will, Ashley, without a doubt. Thank you very much. I will definitely do it right after the show. Thank you. Let me get this off my computer so it don't keep dinging. And, all right, sir, where are you going to be here in the near future, man? Where are you going to see you reffing?
This Saturday night, a group that you're very familiar with, HWA, up in Rutherford, I believe, at the Gilkey Elementary School, I believe it is.
Gilkey Community Center. Gilkey Community
Center, yes, sir. For HWA, we'll be there.
217 Gilkey School Road. I'll be showing the posters at the end of the show. So
awesome. I will be there. It's going to be my first time with those guys, so I'm pretty stoked about it, and I'm sure it's going to be a great show.
Oh, there you go, man. You know me. I'm the HWA fan club president. Right now, I don't have a car, so I'm going to miss it. I'm so mad, but hey, we're getting a car pretty soon, and I'll be able to go out to all the shows that I want to go out to, and me and my wife and my daughter Destiny, we love going to indie wrestling shows, and we're going to be going all over the place. I want to hit up NAWA, AWL, 3 Count, all the shows in our area. I know I'm missing some. Pro Wrestling Union, New Blood, Linda's Wrestling, all the shows in our area. I want to hit them all up.
Yes, most definitely.
And go ahead.
Like I said, I'm going to be at HWA Saturday night. February 18th, I believe I'm going to be in Kings Mountain at the American Legion for Wrestle for Christ Ministries. Be doing a show there. And I think after that, I'm going to be back at the Kings Mountain Armory with New Millennium Championship Wrestling.
There you go. Without a doubt, man. I'm gonna try my hardest to get to that New Millennium show. I've been wanting to go back out to New Millennium for a while, and every time something happens, you know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Yes, sir.
Thomas Scott said, I remember William when he first started.
Oh, wow. That's been years ago, Thomas.
Yeah. Thomas, Pro Wrestling Savage, send me the poster if you have it, dude. I'd love to put it up tonight if you have a show coming up.
Yes, sir. I've done a lot of shows for Thomas Scott and Pro Savage Wrestling. Great group of guys. I couldn't ask for a better group, man.
Right? Did you ever? We affectionately call it the COVID Dome. I know you know what we're talking about. Did you ever referee out there at the COVID Dome?
I never actually heard of that place. I'm not really sure.
Thomas Scott used to own the building up there, and during COVID, he ran all the shows up there.
Oh, okay. I don't think I did. I don't think I had the pleasure of doing that at the COVID Dome.
Oh, Thomas Scott said yes.
I probably have, man. 18 years is.
Like I said, man, after 18 years, the shows and all the matches, they start running together. I know they do.
Exactly. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think GPW, Gastonia Pro Wrestling with Tim Hunter and High Performance and all them guys. Great group of guys.
Have you ever you did Tim Hunter's show up there and Excalibur? So you were up there.
Exactly right. Yep. Excalibur. Forgot about them guys as well, man.
I forgot the name of the town. It's been so long, but we called it the COVID Dome. It was because it was that was the only place running during COVID.
I believe it actually may have been in my hometown of Gastonia, North Carolina.
No. It wasn't Gastonia. What was it, Thomas? Tell me the name of the town. Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to snap like I demand it. Lincolnton. There you go. Lincolnton.
Yes, I have been to Lincolnton quite a bit. Yes.
Yeah. So, I missed that place, man.
At the Wild Factor Party Pavilion. Yes.
Yeah. So, did you ever referee out at USA Main Event?
I did. Yes, sir. I did.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That was before Thomas took it over, but.
Yes, sir. I did. Another ref that, I worked with quite a bit, Matthew Bahari. He came from USA Main Event Wrestling. Yep. Great guy. He's also on my fire department as well. I've had the pleasure of working with him quite a bit there and at See No Evil Wrestling.
Very good.
Worked with Matthew and Sierra and Nicole as well.
There you go. See No Evil Wrestling. I forgot about See No Evil.
Yep.
Very good. Thomas Scott said, I know Matt. Thomas, is there anybody in professional wrestling you don't know? I'm just asking.
He knows just about everybody, I swear, man.
35 years, you're going to know a lot of people,
man. You're going to know a lot of people, most definitely. You're going to throw a name out there, and Thomas Scott has probably heard of just about everybody.
Right? Thomas is one of those, he'll probably say, well, I might not have actually seen him, but I know about him.
Well, I've heard the name or something, most definitely. Right? Yeah.
Right? Without a doubt. It's always fun. So I always ask this question of wrestlers. I'm going to ask this of you tonight. Right. You've been in the business for 18 years, sir. So what would William Melton of today, with all the knowledge you have, tell the William Melton that started 18 years ago if you had a chance to talk to him?
Oh, man, I would tell him, to listen, train hard, learn all you can. Listen to the guys when they're telling the spots. That way, everything. Just straight up listen. Travis said it last week. Listen is the main thing is listening.
There you go. Thomas said, quit, lol. He said, you tell the guy back then, quit. No, that's mean, Thomas. That's mean. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years, man?
Oh, man, probably retired. I'm not really sure. Okay. It's like, going on 18 years, my body's taking a beating. I've missed a lot of time with my family. My daughter now is 15 years old, getting older, man,
Right. I've got a 15-year-old daughter too, so I know exactly what you mean.
Growing up, yep.
So you're also, like you said, a fireman. Are you close to retirement there too, or are you going to keep that going?
I'll probably be doing that and wrestling, to be honest with you, till the day I die. I don't think I'll ever retire from both.
That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
I
Just don't collapse in the ring.
Yeah. I like doing them both so much, man. It's it's an honor to be able to do what I love every day.
Right.
And every weekend that I get a chance to step through the ropes, it's an honor to do that.
Okay. Well, tell us one of your fire stories. I don't want a bad one. Tell us a good fire story. Did you ever rescue anybody?
Not as much, man. You know, it's
Okay.
kind of hard to remember.
Okay.
Quite a few animals. I've pulled animals out of houses and stuff like
Right,
that.
right, right.
There's a lot of calls that that do take a toll on you after a while.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Not
I mean,
not,
you
not
see,
physically, not physically. It's just the mental effect of it sometimes.
right. Going to a fire is never a good thing. Never.
No, it's not.
Never.
Somebody's lost their home or possibly their loved one or all of their belongings, and it's just
Or
a bad
they're
time.
animals. Animals are part of the family
Animals,
too.
most definitely, yes, they're part of the family as well.
He said, "No, that's what I tell myself." Oh, I lost him. He went out. Oh my gosh. Maybe he'll come back in. I'll give him. He's got a few more minutes left in the show. So if you guys have any more questions, man, please put the questions up here. We got a few more minutes if he pops back in. If not, I'll just end the show. But I hope you guys are enjoying us having this conversation with William Melton. There he goes. He's coming back in.
Man, I'm
All
not
right.
sure what happened. Whoa, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. You just poof. You were off the screen, man. It was
myself. I was like, wow, I don't not know what happened.
It's all good, sir. It's all good. But yeah, man.
I guess it's one of them oops moment, that you make as a ref, I guess.
Right.
Apparently
Right.
we make them on interviews and podcasts as well, apparently.
I got you. So let me ask you, 18 years in the business being a ref, do you ever give advice to other referees?
I do. I've watched, Sarah Nicole, to name a few, has asked me to watch a few of her matches when I was at the shows to give her some constructive criticism on what she could work on and, things like that. And, I love doing that, man. That's part of the business, is training the next generation to come up.
I got you. I love that, man. I love that. See, when wrestlers and referees and managers and everybody help each other to grow in the business, the fans get the best of that.
That's exactly right.
I mean, they learn and grow too, but the fans are the ones that reap all the benefits of that, because we get to see you guys get better and better and better.
Without the fans, we wouldn't be where we are today and doing what we wouldn't be able to do what we love without the fans coming to every show every weekend, paying their hard-earned money to watch us entertain them,
Without a doubt, sir. Okay, Thomas said I need to ask you about reffing in front of 5 legends. I can tell you right now, it was at his last show.
Ricky Morton would be one of them. Bobby Fulton. I'm trying to remember his last show. I've done quite a few since then.
Right.
5 of them that I know off the top of my head that I've refereed in front of: Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Jackie Fulton, Bobby Fulton, the Barbarian, D'Lo Brown. A lot of guys to name, man, that I've been in front of.
Right.
Buff Bagwell, to name a few.
Colwood
Middle School, I believe it was, Thomas. Yes, sir.
Yeah. There you go. Man, that's great, man. Well, we have reached the end of the show, man. I appreciate you coming on and telling us your story.
It's been an honor.
Dude, I no, it's been an honor for me, man, because I love Referee Week. It's something that's really cool, because I'm not, like I said, we've got people out there who say referees should be seen and not heard, or just heard at the when they're in the ring, and that's it. I don't believe in that, man. I believe that everybody who does their
part. I've heard that as well, and I've heard that as well. Yeah. And I asked them, and I've asked them every time, and I've heard it. I was like, well, why don't you try ref in one match to see if that's the case? To see
not only that, why don't you watch a match without a referee?
Exactly. Watch a match without a ref. See what goes on, transpires. Because, like you said, and several others have said, a referee can either make a great match or the worst match of the night. I mean, it depends on the ref, too, because he's got to know his spots just as well as the wrestlers.
Right, exactly. He said he's going to give them to you. Sam Houston, Bobby and Jackie Fulton, George South, and Ricky Morton.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Without a doubt. Well, guys, we are at the end of the show. Let me show you the last ref we have is this Friday. Let me find him. It is Hunter Hagi. He's going to be on Friday. Or Hagi, I'm sorry. See, I mispronounced his name again.
I'm not sure how to pronounce that either.
I probably messed it up. I pronounced it both ways, so one of the ways is right. But we're going to have him on Friday night, and we're going to hear a bunch of stories from him also, man. I'm enjoying referee week. I hope all you guys are too. William Melton, 18 years. I hope you have 18 more, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Without a doubt. And for all you guys watching Hashtag Truth, please, if you haven't done this already, don't forget to go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications because we're also on YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and before I get out of here, I'm going to show some of the shows that are coming up in the near future. New Blood Championship Wrestling and Linda's Pro Wrestling presents Total Impact 2023, Saturday, March 4th. One of the matches is Crucifix versus Caleb Conley. It's going to be at the Shelby High School, 230 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, North Carolina. Doors open at 7, bell times at 8. Ringside's $15. General admission is $10. Again, High Velocity Wrestling is going to have the Showdown Series out at Silverados. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a great show. AWL, March 4th at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. This is a free show, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to have their inaugural heavyweight championship. There's going to be a heavyweight champion crown for AWL at that show. Also, Pro Wrestling Union's Undisputed is going to be March 11th. Doors open at 6, bell time at 7. It's going to be at Sims Middle School this time. Not their regular place, but at Sims Middle School, 2200 Whitmore Highway in Union, South Carolina. Don't want to miss that. Coming 3-Count Pro Wrestling is going to have Meltdown Saturday, February 4th at the Calvary First Baptist Church, 11 Tampa Street in Greenville. Doors open at 6, bell time 7. Tickets are $10 at the door. And of course, I'd get shot if I didn't do this one. HWA Live this Saturday night, January 28th. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30, $10 at the door, 217 Gilkey School Road in Rutherfordton. And you will see Mr. William Melton refereeing some matches out there. Some of these great matches that are up there on this card. You don't want to miss it. And if I forgot your show, send me the poster and I will make sure that Friday I get it if your show is this weekend or beyond. So William, man, again, I thank you very much for coming on Hashtag Truth, man. Give us, I know you're going to be at HWA this Saturday. Give us again where you're going to be.
February 18th, Wrestle for Christ Ministries in Kings Mountain at the American Legion Hall, I believe, and back at New Millennium in Kings Mountain at the Armory after that, I believe so.
There you go. So check out William Melton, one of the good referees, 18 years plus, and that is the Hashtag Truth. We'll see you Friday.